featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests today are both here to talk about Project Blue Light. I have Sheriff Stephen Kalashewski and Gloria Egelski. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nancy.
Now, I've been seeing the posters all around town. I've been seeing things in paper, and as I just told you, I talked to some people who went to Project Blue Light last year here in Alpena and said how phenomenal it was. But why don't you start us, Gloria, with a little history on Project Blue Light?
Okay, in 1986, Dolly Craig of Philadelphia, her son-in-law was a police officer and he had died in the line of duty. A year or so later, her daughter died, and her daughter had been a fan of COPS, which is National Concerns of Police Survivors. And she decided that she would put blue lights in the window for each of them and let cops know. So this started the Project Blue Light, that the blue lights would be in the windows or on your tree or in your porch light to honor fallen officers each year.
Okay. And in Alpena, you really plug forward for your son, Brian.
Yes. When I came back to Alpena, at the old state police post, Lieutenant Anthony was there at that time. And I thought, well, I will talk to them. And he and Tim Hoses was a friend of Brian's, and talked to them about getting Project Blue Light started here. And so a friend of mine helped me get speakers, and so from then on it just went on. And so each year a different department does it. State Police did it the first year, the Sheriff's Department in the city, police officers, and so each year it keeps going around and each one takes their as host.
And Steve, as a sheriff in our community, you know, we're not immune to tragedy with our police officers. I mean, there's something happens that affects all of us. And so it must be, and I know your Sheriff's Department's really involved in the community. I know you do the Special Olympics Torch Run, you do so many projects. So I know you must be very excited about Project Blue Light.
Well, every year, Nancy, that this takes place, we're always excited to be there. You know, part of the thing that makes this special is we also include the firefighters
Yes.
in this as well. And we've developed an honor guard that presents the flags and closes with the flags at the end of the program. And just to see the honor guard, who, you know, they're members of law enforcement there and now members of fire departments there as well, just to see those people march on and present the colors and then walk off is just an incredible thing to witness, and really, and it adds an awful lot to the program itself.
And it does, and to other programs, ACC graduation, your honor guard was there, and you get goosebumps when they walk in, and you know, what a wonderful volunteer thing for you all to do in the community.
Yeah, and we're happy to do it.
And in particular in Alpena, we want to honor Brian, your son Brian, and then Ryan Saya.
There are actually 10 officers in the surrounding area. They may have died in a different state or somewhere, but they have relatives and survivors here. So there are 10 that we also honor, plus this year there are 2 that were in the Michigan. One was killed in Denver, but she had been a Detroit police officer.
Okay.
And then another was killed in West Bloomfield Hills.
I know, I sent a card to that family, a little note and a card, and I got the most wonderful handwritten note back. I can't imagine how she had time to do that to everyone. And Steve, real important is we see police officers alongside the road, whether they're pulling someone over for a good reason, a bad reason, or any reason, move over.
Well, and that's the state law now. It has been the state law for quite some time. In fact, you mentioned Ryan Saya. His father, Phil, works with us and works with the prosecutor's office. Phil and Lori were part of that movement. Phil got it going here and made it the law. Phil spoke in Washington. And you're right. And it just doesn't cover law enforcement officers. It also covers rescue personnel, fire departments, and
Yes.
Tow trucks are considered emergency vehicles. So The law requires anybody that comes upon that, seeing something like that, to move over. And if they can't move over, slow the vehicles down so they don't present a hazard to those on the road.
Yes, and you just see them whizzing by so fast. It's like, oh, how scary to see anyone out alongside the road. Now, Gloria, tell me what the date is and what's going to be going on at this year's Project Blue Light.
The date is December 5th, a week from today, actually, or from Wednesday. And it's at the Aplex. And we will have, speaker, Judge Mack will be our speaker.
Okay.
Also, we'll have a retired officer from downstate. And we have many survivors coming from, even from Flint area, to honor their families, such as the Werda, Jeff Werda. His family will be here from downstate to be a candle holder. And then we light a Christmas tree, a blue Christmas tree. We will have refreshments. We also have a bagpiper, which Justin Seatek comes every year, and he's just great. Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it covered.
Okay, and what time again?
It is at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And we ask people to come a little early.
Right, and if you can't come, light a blue light in your window, put a blue light on your Christmas tree, put a blue bulb in your porch light, do something to show your support. Okay.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. And Steve, this time of year, we're starting to get the hazards in the roads. What kind of safety precautions should our drivers be taking out there?
Well, obviously, if they're headed somewhere, make sure that they leave on time, leave early enough so that they arrive on time. Leave late, you tend to speed.
True.
And when the roads are slippery, crashes can happen. So make sure they leave early enough. Always wear their seatbelts. Obviously, don't drink and drive. It doesn't mix. Not a good thing to do. So
okay.
Simple advice.
Okay, just simple advice. Slow it down. Take it easy. One more time. Wednesday, December
5th.
And it's at the
7
Aplex.
o'clock. Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock, Project Blue Light. Okay, anything else either of you want to add?
We would like to have everyone possible come.
Really?
And we do have refreshments, so they can join us for refreshments after.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you both very much for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you at Project Blue Light.
Okay, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with some information from Huron Humane Society following these messages. Good morning and welcome back. Once again, I have Lori Steffen from Huron Humane Society. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Nancy.
Now, you were supposed to have a dog today, and that kind of didn't work out, but we still want to hear about the dog.
Yes, I have not met him, but his name is Darwin. He is a lab mix, and he's about 5 years old, so he is out there looking for his home for the holidays.
Yay! And you are a volunteer for the Huron Humane Society.
Yes, I'm the current president.
Okay.
And we have we're growing on our board of directors, so we were looking for some new board of directors.
Okay.
And we put that out on Facebook and got quite a response. So by I'd say probably about 2 more months, we should have 4 new members on our board.
Good for you.
So yeah.
Yay. And you do a really neat thing every Thursday at Real Estate One. Tell us about that.
On Thursdays at Real Estate One from 10 to 4, we have a shelter pet of the week. The pet comes in, has full roam of the office, and people can come in and see the pet more in a home-like situation rather than going to the shelter where they're jumping at their kennels, and they can become a little bit intimidating that way. So this way we kind of get to observe them too and see how they interact with people and little kids and and in different situations. But it's from 10 to 4 and stop in any time.
And the bad part is when you go there and see them, you want to take them home.
I know, and we've done that ourselves. I know Colleen adopted 2 cats. I have 2 cats, and so it is kind of addicting, but it's kind of taken off in the community. We also have Pure Vita Salon is doing the meet and greets at their place of work, and so is Cash Advance. Cash Advance. I didn't want to say the wrong name. So in Cash Advance, and we were just another business has kind of shown an interest in it, and it's really taken off. So right now we're also looking for a volunteer that could help us out on Thursdays to go to the shelter, pick up the animals, and then transport them to the local businesses and pick them back up again, because we're kind of busy at the shelter, so we really could use a good volunteer for that.
So a good volunteer that would drive out to the shelter on Thursdays, pick up the animals, take them to the businesses, and then when they're done, pick them up and take them back to the shelter.
Yes.
And we'd like you to commit to every Thursday if you're going to do that.
Yes, and we do have a van that was donated to us, so we just have to get that insured, and then you wouldn't have to put them all in your own vehicle.
Well, that's a good point.
Yes, so
Okay.
it's been a lot of fun. Our office is very active on Thursdays, so it's a lot of fun watching people just come in, and sometimes they come in looking to adopt, or sometimes they just want to come in and interact and see, you know, just to kind of give some belly rubs, and it's been a really great experience.
And we always say that your business is an easy location, pull up in front to run in a bag of food, run in some fabric softener, run in some kitty litter, run in maybe some blankets and sheets and all kinds of dog beds.
All the time. When we get cash donations, we have people walk in. Officer Jet from the city police office just came and brought us a $100 donation.
Oh,
so
yay.
we're more accessible, and sometimes people just don't want to go out to the shelter because they're afraid they're going to leave with somebody.
Well,
and
it's hard to go to the shelter.
It's hard. I mean, it's not the prettiest place, and we're working on that. So we're looking, you know, to rehab that. But it's hard seeing all those sad little faces there.
It is. That's the hardest part for me when I go there and see the dogs and see the cats looking for homes. And I mean, it depresses me thinking, oh, and they all look at you and they pick me, and I'm not here for that.
I know, but we're always amazed at the end of the day when Matt or Natalie from the shelter come back to pick the pets up. Their tails are wagging. They're happy to see Matt or Natalie, so we know they're being very well cared for.
Oh, yes, definitely. And something people need to consider, too, is if you really don't want to get an additional pet, why not foster a pet?
Fostering is a great opportunity.
Yes.
What a lot of people don't realize about the foster program is that we take care of all the expenses, so we pay for the food and all the vet bills. All you have to do is give that animal a nice warm place to live and make it available for adoption.
But even if you foster it only on weekends or something, go pick it up and let it be home with you on a weekend. And plus, it socializes them. For some reason, it's so much easier to adopt.
They are more adaptable because
Yes.
they just learn their social skills a lot better. So, yep, very, very nice choice on fostering.
So as people are thinking of what they can do for Christmas, you know, they can drop off a donation at your office or at Huron Humane Society, or drop it in the mail. Just, you know, help make Christmas holidays a little easier for pets too.
Yes, and we are overloaded at the shelter right now. All the crates are full, the kennels are full. We're on overload right now. So if you're thinking about it, please come out and check them out. And I would like to talk about our next big fundraiser, which is the gala, which, you know, every year you're there as either the MC or a waitress.
Okay.
And March 16th is the next one, and we are looking for donations for that right now. So if your business wants to donate, we would be happy to take a donation for that.
And I guess I just want to let people know, and Sheriff Steve Kalashewski was here too, and he's always a waiter
He helps
too.
out every year.
And you know, and I know Steve's like I do. We get asked to do so many things. We have to be very picky and very choosy. This is one that I say yes to every year because I know the people at the shelter, I know the volunteers, and I know what happens with the money and the funding, and I know that it couldn't be put to a better use. But I want to let people know, if you own a business, if you have a craft, if you have a hobby, if you have a service, that you could provide that service as a gift at the gala. And people, it's so filled with people. It's a fun event. It's not a stuffy event where you go and you don't talk to anyone. The bidding gets crazy between tables and people.
A lot of fun, and it's a tax write-off too for your donation.
And it's just a who's who. Anybody is there, and it's just a
Nice
good
prime
time.
rib dinner. So,
Oh, Holiday Inn just does a wonderful, wonderful
and it's
dinner.
going to be there again this year. So.
Yes, and they go above and beyond to make sure everything's perfect for us. So I like to encourage people, no matter what you do, make sure that you, save time. If you're only going to do a fundraiser, make sure this is the fundraiser you do.
Sure. And one last thing, we do have a few more of the calendars left for 2013, and I have a few at my office, and Take 5 Deli has a few too, and those are $12 a piece.
Okay, and we also want to let everyone know that you're not affiliated with any of those other humane organizations out there, that you are a no-kill shelter. And
we receive no funding. All of our funding is all by donations.
All by donations. So really important that people remember that. Anything else on your list there you want to talk about?
I think that pretty much has has us, and we do not take a stance on hunting. We know
Okay.
we live in northern Michigan, and it's a big hunting territory. Our goal is just to rehome and rehabilitate, the animals.
Okay. And if anyone has any questions, they can contact Huron Humane Society at
356-4794, and we have a great Facebook page. If you're not a fan of our Facebook page, go be a fan. We had to switch over from a regular page to a fan page because we had so many followers.
Oh, yay.
So it's been a great resource for lost and found pets too in the area. We've had animals that somebody found in their backyard, take a picture, put it on Facebook. Somebody recognizes it and right away is reunited with its owner.
Oh, wonderful. And also, once again, looking for a volunteer strictly for Thursdays. Every Thursday, use the Huron Humane Society van. Go to the Humane Society, pick up animals, drop them off at the meet and greet locations, pick them up afterwards in the van, and then go home.
Yep, that would be greatly appreciated.
And once again, they can contact them, or the website is
HuronHumaneSociety.org.
HuronHumaneSociety.org. Lori, thank you so much, first of all, for all your volunteering that you do for the Humane Society. I know it truly makes a difference. Thank you, and happy holidays to you and
Same to
everyone
you.
at Real Estate One. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Jointon following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Jointon, president of Alpena Community College. My guests this morning are a couple of ACC art students, Gerald Schultze and Leah Wallace. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's get a little information about you first, and then we'll talk about the upcoming Evening with the Arts that caps off the semester for the art students. Gerald, where are you from?
I'm originally from Hillman, Michigan.
Very good. And graduated from Hillman High School?
I actually graduated from Alpena.
No kidding. A school of choice kind of deal? Very good. And how did you decide to come to ACC?
I really was interested in pursuing an art degree, and I really wanted to go back, and I heard so many fantastic things about the art teachers and the art program, and decided to enter and go back through it.
Now, did those stories turn out to be the truth?
Yeah, they're really demanding, they're really intense teachers, but they're all extremely skilled, and they'll really get you where you want to be.
Well, that's really good to hear. And how about you, Leah?
I'm originally from Red Yard, Michigan in the UP, and I actually wasn't going to go for art originally, but I saw a couple people that were in the art building, and I talked to them because I was interested in it, but they really convinced me, and the teachers convinced me, and they're great, and I love all the art classes, and all the teachers are great.
Very good. And you're also playing, you're playing volleyball
I
for
play
us?
volleyball for ACC,
Yes, that's
yep.
good. That's good.
My second year, so.
Thanks for that part, too. Leah, what is it about art that appeals to you so much?
I just like being able to use my imagination and create things that are my own, and it's not so stressful, and like business is what I originally wanted to go for, and I knew that wasn't for me after about a week of classes, so I switched my major.
And do you plan to continue on to a four-year university when you graduate from ACC?
I do. I plan on going to either LSSU or Northern, hopefully.
Back to the UP, huh?
Back to the UP.
What a great place.
It is. It's
and
great.
Have you decided to major in art?
Yes. Graphic design is what I'm majoring in.
And what about career potential for that type of field? Have you investigated that?
Yeah, I actually want to be a cake decorator is my dream. Next cake boss or something. But
well, then wouldn't you have to produce cake designs with the graphic arts technology that you could show your customers?
Yep,
and then,
that's why I'm getting graphic design, so I can draw it out, plan it out. And
what a neat plan.
Yeah.
And I bet with the graphics technology, you could show the customer a design on a cake, but then do variations of it very quickly.
Oh,
right?
very easy. On computers, they have lots of programs and stuff for that.
That's really neat to see how technology and artistry can go together to a business like that. Very interesting. And how about you, Gerald? Do you have a bachelor's degree institution in mind?
I'm currently looking at the College of Creative Studies in Detroit to be able to continue my studies, and I will more than likely continue working with photography and actually move more towards creative direction and advertising design.
And you've also thought about Parsons School and maybe a school in Paris as well.
Yeah, that's pretty far out there, but
I like people with big dreams.
It would be fantastic to be able to do something like that and be able to travel.
How about, can you express for the audience what that driving force is, the attraction to art and the willingness to pursue it?
Well, there are some things that you just can't convey to someone in a conversation. I mean, you can tell someone a story over and over and over, but it's never going to have the same impact as actually showing them. So I think for me, being able to create and either design or photograph something that incorporates that idea better is really my reward. If I can have someone go up to something and go, oh, I get it, you know, that makes it worth it to me.
The picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, exactly.
Type of thing. That's great. What about your career prospects beyond your baccalaureate education? How do you see yourself?
I really want to go through my master's, but I would like to go into creative direction and be able to take all the knowledge that I've learned and be able to, you know, command a group of people to create something. And I also would like to teach later on down the road.
Future ACC faculty member.
I really would be able to teach the things that I've learned and, you know, help other people get through it.
You know, get out there, get your master's degree, practice as an artist, or perhaps be involved in a business angle to it, the way Leah is doing. And that kind of combination of education plus working as an artist professionally would be a great background for you to return to ACC and pass it on. Well, I hope it works out for you.
Well, thank you.
Good. Now, let's talk about the Evening with the Arts. It's a twice-a-year event at the end of the semester. What's it all about, as you understand it, Leah?
Well, it's a great way to show what we've been doing all semester long. There's 150 students in there, and there's going to be some great work this year.
And what's the location for it?
The location is the Fine Arts Building at ACC, and it's from 7 to 9 p.m. next Friday, December 7th.
And for people in the audience who might be wondering where that building is, it's on the north side of Johnson. If you just come to the easterly entrance and come in a northerly direction into the campus, it's just right there on your right. Good luck finding parking, because it turns out to be a very popular event.
I think we get like a couple thousand people go through there within those 2 hours.
It is so wonderful for me to mingle with the crowd and see how attracted the community is to the works of art that the ACC students have produced. Gerald, what are your entries going to be in the show?
I actually have at least 12 pieces going in.
Oh my goodness. You're not trying to take over, are you?
No.
It'll be the Gerald show.
I'll have at least three drawings, I believe 2 or 3 design pieces, 3 photographs, and 3 computer-generated images.
Wow, you're all over the place, aren't you?
So, yeah. It's a lot of work this semester.
Congratulations. And Leah, you showed me some of your designs earlier in the week. What are you going to be doing?
I have a dress in there that was our clothing project for my design class, and I will have a book in there and some ceramics things. Nothing too special because it's ceramics 1 for me, but I should have a good 5 things in there for me.
Good. Well, both of you have displayed your work before at this event. What's it like to maybe be near your works of art and maybe engage in conversation with admiring members of the public? Is that pretty satisfying?
It is.
We had a blast last show. Leah and I and a couple other people dressed up, dresses, suit and tie, and went and talked to other people. And it's really fun to just be standing there and see someone and you're going, and like looking at your prints.
Did you ever get a question like, what the heck is this all about?
I don't think I've gotten that one yet.
No.
I've heard it.
I've heard some comments too on mine, and I just kind of walk away like, that's not mine.
Well, again, to members of the public, everybody's invited free of charge the exhibition of ACC student artwork on Friday, December 7th, starting at 7 p.m. in the Fine Arts Building on the north side of campus. Come one, come all. There'll be food and drink as well, and you'll get to mingle with your fellow citizens and experience some great art. Well, thank you both very much for being on the show this morning, and best of luck to you in your future pursuits.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
You're welcome.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.